This is a general reading, a love reading, and a financial reading. Now, this is my own interpretation, so take that information that resonates with you. If there's anything that doesn't resonate, leave it. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos, daily shorter videos, and I do personal readings as well, so get in touch for those on Facebook. And Gemini, let's get right into this reading here as well. So it's going to be love and then financial. So in terms of the general side of things, I see that you do have your goals ahead of you. And I notice here that you are kind of facing those goals. You know exactly what it is that you want. And I see that you have a clear eye towards that goal. Now, in this vagueness, I see that there is going to be a lot of unique situations to you, Gemini, and I see that you are going to be bearing a lot of responsibility, but that in this responsibility, you are going to be finding a newfound passion, and you're going to not only be getting an even more clear idea of what you want, but you're going to be building some strength as well. Now, let's get into that love reading. So in terms of love, I see that you do show compassion to those around you, but you haven't been really reciprocated that same compassion. And I see that this especially hurts you because you have had somebody on your mind and that person has not been showing you that same compassion, that same care, and that same love. Even though you honestly have been taking on a lot of responsibility. I see that you have been trying your best to really be clear, be honest, and just stay afloat, stay ahead of the game. And it looks like you've been working really hard to plan ahead for everything. Now, yes, to some extent you can plan things, but I see that you have, to some extent, been avoiding planning this, that you really don't need to work so hard to plan what is in a relationship. And I do see that this planning for your relationship is really holding you back from having a truly potential incredible relationship. And I do see that even if you have or have not found something specific in terms of relationships, that you are not being left behind. There is a lot of selection and a lot of a lot happening for not only you, but for that person who is going to be with you. That it looks like there is some situations here where you and that person are both on the same page, but in opposing ways. That you are both looking for similar things, but finding that in very different places. And I do see that this is ultimately going to come out to you finding that you do need that very next step done exactly as you want it, exactly as you plan it. And yes, even though you and that person have your own ideas, I see that you are going to be kind of meeting somewhere in the middle for most parts of the process. But for you, there is going to be that single step that is very particular. Just like I mentioned, that it needs to be exactly. There is going to be something in there that is exactly representative. Now, in terms of finances, I see that you have been growing some strength. You have been finding yourself, and you've been finding your own confidence. That yes, even though your confidence is something that matters to the extreme, that it looks like there is a calmness waving or washing through you, that you absolutely are going to be having some strong resolutions to situations, and you are going to be finding that strength allows you to begin pushing yourself to have those next steps, have those goals met. And I do see that your goals are going to start being met. You are going to be finding that things come full circle. It's like your story has been written and you are finally getting some resolution to parts of the story. The story's not ending, but there are resolutions coming. And I do see that you are going to be finding that there is a strong connection between you and somebody very close to you that really helps you out with your work life or with basically how you have been kind of living to some extent. Now that brings us to the end of our reading. You can find me again on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos, daily shorter videos, and I do personal readings as well. So get in touch with those on Facebook. I'll see you next time.